This meeting is
Oh,
being recorded.
okay. Hello, everybody. Great to see you again after all the now how do you say the New Year and the Christmas days. Now it's happily over. There's just this, what means that all there is what's happening. But when there are a lot of other people, I see a lot of people talking about this non-duality thing that seems to be more and more popular. And a lot of people are into very much understanding what is about, what is emptiness, what is there's only one and all that. In this meeting, it's not about knowing. There is no interest in knowing. This is not about knowing. This is about what is. And what is has nothing to do with knowing. There's no need for knowing. And that's very strange because in this world, this seemingly world, it seems like a lot of things are about knowing. It's very important to know. Education is important. You get higher paid. Everything is going on like that. And knowing is so it's important to know. And then when you know, it maybe feel more safe. There's more control about what's going on. The strange thing is there is never control. There never has been control. There never will be control. Control is just a misunderstanding. And that's weird because we are so into I'm here, I'm have a free will, I have a choice. And when I choose something that might happen, I have a hope that something will happen in my life. It will be better. That's more the hope that everybody is hoping that it will be better someday. Because when there's separation, when there's a feeling like I'm here and there's the world and there are other people, there seems something to have gone wrong. There's something not right anymore or not right yet. Or there's definitely there's right and wrong. And there's something about my life, you could say, or the life of other people, that's not yet functioning in the way it could be or should be. So there seems to be a free will to manage that, to deal with that. We go on. What do you want? That's my will. That's my choice. That's my responsibility. All that, and it doesn't seem to work. It works for a while, and then it doesn't work, and there's a lot of disappointment. There's a lot of suffering going on. So some people are starting to think about that, or trying to look for something else, something underneath that, because it doesn't seem like that's the way. And it's not, maybe it's not clear what it is, but there's something missing, and there's something else, like it's not in that, like looking for money or for power, maybe even for therapy. There's some looking for something else. And then there's coming that non-duality thing, and it seems like, that's it. It's the me. It's the me that's the problem. And then there's going on a lot of things about, oh, this is my me. This is my ego, maybe. So that has to vanish or has to go. And when the me is gone, that all that suffering will stop. So there's always a looking for something else. Because that what's happening, it doesn't seem all right or enough. There's something like that. There's always something missing, something not right yet, something not good enough. And it seems like, oh, maybe that's me, and there's maybe a kind of, yeah, maybe an image or a knowing about what me is. So trying to get rid of that, or accept it, or not doing things with that, because everything is very real. Like the world is real, it seems real, the tables, the body seems real, your life, my life seems real. So me is also something which is real. So that we can work on that, we can do something about that. The strange thing is nothing is real. It's only an appearance. And you don't have to see that, you don't need to know it or to understand that. It's just hearing that nothing is real is already something else. That's what we're normally talking about. So this is talking about another possibility. And there's no solution in the sense of there will be talking about something and then finally there's an understanding, so then it will go better. It's already this. It's already what's happening is it. And that's strange because we're not used that what's happening or what you feel or what's going on or like circumstances or it seems sure. It seems it's not all right. It's not right yet. There's something there maybe there's too much tension or trouble or things like that. And we are so used with the abstract mind or thoughts to analyze and to see what's going on. This message is very simple and very literally. It's this and this. You can't even say what it is. So there's no name, there's no looking at it or mentioning, noticing it. It's just this, and then there's something else. And it can be a feeling, but it has nothing to do with this body or with Rose. I can say Rose. It's just maybe there's a table or there's this body or there's a feeling or thoughts can happen. Anything can happen. It's everything. There's no, this is better than that. But there's nothing going on, like there's something looking at it. So when what they said, when there's no me anymore, then it's not there's no me, it's, I could say also there's no me, but it's also there's no awareness. So there's nothing looking at it. That's just what's happening. And there's nothing going on like trying to change it. And that's the freedom. The freedom is that there's no free will. Free will is like, oh, there's something not right yet, and I want something else. I want this or I want that, and I'm gonna look for it or do something about it. That's already saying there's something wrong, and how can I deal with it, or what can I do to make it right? So free will it's not only an illusion, it's also part of that me structure saying there's something wrong and we can make it right by wanting it or anything else. So there's no free will, there's no choice. There's also no hope for something else. There's this already. And the strange thing is, when there's this and there's nothing going on to make it different or wanting something else or things like that, then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, that's, of course, this is it. And we're not so used to it because that's always very subtly, there's something going on trying to deal with that or trying to name it or trying to say, yeah, that me. It's just saying I, or there's normal talking. This is not a meeting with non-duality talking or things like that, like to say it in the right way so you don't use me or I or saying, oh, that doesn't matter. Maybe it matters. Then it really matters. That's it. That's what's happening. There's nothing right and there's nothing wrong. And that's underneath in the meeting, there's something going on like, oh, it's not in the understanding what is said here. There's something else in the energy, what's can be felt or sensed, which is much more stronger than the understanding or the knowing. So we can talk about whatever. And if you want to say something or maybe ask something about what is said or something else about your life, and please unmute yourself and then we can talk.
Hello, Rose. It's Christiane.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi. So I was thinking that if I feel the energy, so I make it something. I make. Is it that? If I feel
Doesn't need
energy,
to. It can be feeling. A
it's
feeling is just a
a
feeling,
feeling.
and that's it.
Okay,
But
okay.
we are so used to, so like, oh, what is this feeling? Oh, is that, is this energy? Is that it? What she's talking about? Then it becomes
No.
something else. But
Mm.
just feeling it, it's just that. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
So
Thanks.
another question I have.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm puzzled because nothing is meing, nothing is Christian, and
Mm,
nothing said there's no me. There's a message from nothing that uh, there's a message, there's no me,
mm.
and in the same time, nothing is meing.
Yeah, but that, when what you can hear that, maybe I did say that or somebody else did say that, but that's, you can't make an image of, you can't understand.
No,
It's just a way of talking, and then
okay.
you start for yourself. Oh, what is it? Do I feel that I'm nothing, or oh, is that Christian? And you start thinking about that,
Mm.
and that's already complicated.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
don't there's no need
Okay.
to understand what is said, because that
Okay.
what's being done, lying, and there's maybe sensing the chair or whatever there's behind. It's sensing that, and what it is, I don't know, it doesn't matter. And
Mm.
then maybe there's looking at the wall, and there's that, and then there's drinking coffee, or there's walking, or there's a table, or it doesn't, but there's, it's already there, it's already that. But what extra, and that's that me construct, is like looking at it or noticing it and trying to name it or deal with it,
Mm.
because there's somewhere some feeling there that it's so normal, it's just already there before. Yeah, it's so quick, like, let's
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah. It's
But
quick.
it's not wrong. But that's that energy, what goes on. But it's just energy. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. There's no, how do you say, no power in it. So when something is happening, like sitting or something like, and that whole construct, like thoughts happening, then there are thoughts happening. But it doesn't interfere in that what is happening. That it's not possible, because that
Mm.
what's happening is it. So there can
Mm.
be thoughts, and then there's stable, and then again thoughts, or a lot of thoughts. So what?
Yeah.
So there's
Mm.
no interfering, there's no resistance. All those words are more that abstract, like, oh, because we think we have to be in the now, or all kind of things that we are thinking, that we have to do that, or have to be like that, or feeling nothing, I'm nothing. I don't know. It's just so abstract.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about that. It's, yeah, you
Yeah.
can do, but so what? Yeah,
Mm. Mm.
yeah. And when there's no understanding, when somebody is saying something and you don't understand, oh, there's no understanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then that's it. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm. There's a message. I'm never getting over traumas that I have, something like that. Trauma is a story. I'm sorry. It's a story. There's no past. So we are so into there's a past and this is happening in my life and there was something bad happening or something like that. And that's still happening now and it's in the body. There can be feelings in the body, then that's what's happening. But it's just that feeling without a story. When there's a story, then it's making something else of it. And that can happen. That's the maybe, and that's the suffering, that there's something happening in the body and there's still thinking, oh, that's still going on, and there's memories, and then there's going an whole story around it. And there's just that feeling in the body, or it's not even in the body because the body isn't real. It's an apparent body, so it's happening somewhere. It's not even yours. It's somewhere in space. There's a feeling happening, and then it's something else. Then there's maybe walking, or we think we have to do something with it. And when that's happening, then that's happening. But that's also saying that's suffering when there's something going on like that. It's too easy. Yeah, it's too easy. We are so used to complication. Me and that whole construct loves complication. It loves being busy with it and going on, because that's it's feeded by that. And this message, when there's this message, nothing is feeded. So things are falling away, but the whole construct and the whole identity can also fall away. There's nothing left. Not even Rose. No. It's just that phase, and there was maybe talking, and that's it. Thinking there's no solution, thinking nothing is falling away. It's all the same story. It's a story. There's just thinking, and we make conclusions in thinking, like there's there's something we can understand, and it's the thinking is about something. It's just energy. It's going nowhere. It doesn't say anything. It's just words like that. And there's the table. It's as important as all those thoughts. There's no difference. And this is not like you feel that there's no difference. That what is felt is it. So maybe there's a feeling or there's a thought. I don't feel that. No, then that's what is. That thought. That's it. And then there's something else. But it isn't a story, and we think it's a story with a whole subject about something. It's just thoughts. And it seems very real and convincing. There's no my life. There's no one. There's no one inside. We assume there's someone inside that can make decisions and that owns this life and owns this body, or this is my body. There's no one. It's empty. Everything is empty. It's empty and full together. It's not that there's no body. It's there. It's just seen like that. But in the same time, there's nobody. It's crazy. This is not about understanding. If you don't understand, it doesn't matter. It's the energy which goes on, and then that's it. There's another one. The difference between the table is that we can think and feel, and the table not. No, because we don't feel and we don't think. Thinking can be there, but it's not we think. It's thinking happens or feelings happen in space, and we are so sure this is my body, and inside the body thinking and feelings are happening and they are mine. No, it's not seen like that. Feelings happen in space, so it's just there, can be there. It's not my feeling, it's suddenly a feeling, suddenly tears come up, and there can be tears. I don't know why, I don't care why. Then there are tears, so, and then something else. Mm. We think we are a construct. This is the body, and inside the body everything is real and happening, and there's a past, and that's why the body is like that, and that's the whole story. So we're very much used to think in stories and explanations and why, but it's assuming that it's like that. And that's why knowing seems to be very important, because then it feels more secure and more in control and more safe and more that it's like that. So that gives kind of security or safe feeling. Or and then there's somebody saying, like me or other people, like, you don't know, there's only not knowing. There's only not knowing. It doesn't matter, it's just not a big thing. Well, I don't know. I don't know why. No, we can assume, or we can invent, or we can think like, oh, I think it's because of that. Well, I don't know. But it's also not important, because always when there's something going on and we try to get rid of that, because most of the time it's like there's something and that doesn't feel nice. And then we try to get rid of that and trying, where does it come from and how does it start and what can we do about it? So we make it like a problem we can solve. The mind loves that. And it can be busy with doing and doing and doing. It seems like, I'm busy, I'm all right, this is the good way, I feel good about myself. And this is not knowing. It's free fall. It's whatever happens, that can happen. It can be anything. It's not special, or it's just normal things, but it can be an accident or the table or anything. I don't know. You don't know. It's not, I don't know, you don't know. It's good. It's only not knowing. But not knowing seems like an abstract thing. Oh, there's only not knowing. That's kind of abstract. It's more easy to say, like, I don't know. No, it's like that. It's much more normal. Another question. Do you experience stillness sometimes or a lot? It's not, it seems like something, then stillness becomes something. It can be that there's no thoughts and just sitting still, sitting like that, but staring out of the window like that can be there. Yeah. But it doesn't matter how Rose is doing things or not doing things or experiencing or no, it's not experiencing when that's then they're staring out of the window. Then we all think, oh, maybe I should stare out of the window. No, of course not. It's just then that's what's happening or something else. That what's already happening is it. And then on top of that, there's that whole construct of me or awareness or things going on like, oh, should I do this? Oh, what's going on? Oh, what? And then maybe they're thinking about yesterday, or that can happen too. And then that's the thinking. But there's always something going on, like I should change this, or is this all right, or what is going on here, or that commenting thing. It's not wrong, but it's an extra thing going on which has no use or no power at all, but it seems like very important. That can fall away. That's it. And the rest or circumstances seem to be there and walking on the street or it's just already what's going on. So that's everywhere. So this is not more special here than over there. It's the same. It's different, but in the sense, in another way, it's just the same. Yeah, it's only different circumstances, maybe, or thoughts. Yeah, it's so deeply embodied that there's something not right. That there should be something else. That maybe it's more the stillness. I can't feel the stillness. Maybe it's that, or something else. There's always something, some drive, sometimes stronger, sometimes more subtle, going on, like trying to reach, trying to change, trying to do, trying to somewhere. That that's that drive. That's that whole me construct, believing or and then an embodied believing there's something wrong. And then there's hearing this message like, no, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing right either. It's what it is. That's it. That cannot be silly questions. There, what I know when I remember that I was sitting in meetings and I was like, oh God, what? And I've asked that everybody is like a kind of serious. It's not talking about his own life or something like that, and trying to show that it's already there's a lot of things going on already. I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing somebody. There's just that question, and then there can be a response from nowhere, from nothing. It's just that. Nothing is wrong or right. There's not seeing someone. So there can be a question about anything, and then there's a response.
Rose, it's Christiane.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, hi. So I realize when I ask you about feeling the energy that I am thinking that feeling the energy is better than feeling an emotion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so
I
many
really
things. We have
think
so many of that kind of,
believe.
yeah, sure,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
it's a belief so much.
Yeah, yeah, there's so many really, and then suddenly it's like, oh my God, what is, how could I think that? Yeah, and then maybe
That's
it's gone. Yeah,
it.
yeah,
um,
mm, yeah,
mm,
I know.
yeah.
Hmm, thank you, thank you.
Hey Rose.
Hello. Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to share that I feel there's a melting going on here.
Mm,
Lately, there's continuously a voice that makes everything very threatening. Everything that
mm,
happens or could
mm.
happen, or
Ah, yeah. Yeah. And you want to say that that voice is melting, or that's
no,
still going on? That's still
no.
going on. Mm.
No, in this meeting, I mean, as a result
Ah,
of it, I feel
mm, mm.
frightened, fearful.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
There can
melting.
be fear. Yeah, there can be fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah, go on.
yeah, and when this voice says, "Oh, don't do this," or "Be aware of
Ah,
that," or stuff like
mm,
that, I
yeah.
can see that there's not really. When I look around me,
Mm,
there's no cause, no reason.
yeah, yeah,
It's the voice itself which
yeah,
does it, which triggers it.
yeah. There's only that voice, and then there's no reason, but there can be fear, and also fear has no reason. That's strange because we think it's because of something, but that fear can happen. But it's not your fear. Also, it's somewhere that energy go. It's all energy. It's not only inside, but there's energy everywhere, and then maybe there's feelings, or it's thoughts, or it's a smell, or it's I don't know of nothing. It's constantly something going on. It's energetic. Everything is just energy, and we think, oh, this is inside me, and the thoughts are mine, and it's talking to me, but it's just fear. It's a sensation. Maybe even the word fear is already a little bit like naming it and making it something. Like there's a sensation in somewhere, and then that can happen. And there can be a voice like, "Oh, don't do that." But okay, then yeah, and then it's gone, something like that. Yeah, yeah, can happen here too. Here, it's not that there's no fear or there's no voices like. Sometimes there can be a like, "Shall I go outside?" or something like that, and then I don't know. It's just normal. Can be like that, and then sometimes there's nothing going on, or it's different. Doesn't become a whole story, but there can be thoughts like that. Yeah.
Also, warning thoughts like,
Mm,
yeah, this is,
yeah. 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 But that whole system is trying to make you feel safe or relaxed or something like that. That's that me thinking like trying to take care of you, something like that. There's something wrong, and we will make it right. And then if you do that or not do that, oh no, don't do that. It's like the church. When you follow the rules, it will be okay.
yeah,
It's a misunderstanding. There's something wrong, and that's so strange. We Yeah, and then when there's fear, there's nothing wrong. There's just fear. Yeah, fear can happen, or a sensation. Maybe fear is already a little bit of naming it, and it makes it sometimes even different as just that sensation, but that's what's there. Yeah.
and there's also the sense that it says something about me. When there's something wrong or there's a warning of
Mm,
something, it
yeah.
means that I am wrong, or
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah. That's such a, but it's so embodied. That whole energy is so embodied. So there can be sometimes even that can be relaxing, and that energy comes, and it has nothing to do with anything, but it just comes, and then no, for a while, and then after a while, oh, there's something else, something like that. But we are so used to pick it up and thinking, oh, I have to do something with that because that will be, that's real, that's true, or something. No, it's just a thought or energy. Yeah. It's so embodied, that feeling there's something not right or doesn't feel right or all those things. Yeah. Doesn't mean it's true. Yeah.
No. How can it be? When I really look, I cannot even
Yeah.
find. I cannot
Yeah.
find a me.
Yeah.
So who could be
Yeah.
wrong?
Also that. Yeah. And how can we think? That's so strange. How can we think there's something right or something wrong? Or you should do this or you should do that? How can we think? It's just what is done. It's better to take. There was something about also about clothes. You can wear this kind of clothes this winter. What are you talking about? Maybe there's coming this. What are we talking about? Is this wrong that I wear this or that? We are so into this is the right way or this is the wrong way. But it's so silly. If you look at it, it's just like, it's just what's going on.
Yeah.
Just drinking tea or sweets, eating sweets. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's amazing how strong that is. Yeah.
Really. Thank you, Rose.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, there's another. The word energetic is a bit like doing something. When I hear it's energetic, there's always a sense of energy, like with energy work or and feeling it or connecting with it. What is it? Yeah, energetic. That's it's giving a name to something that you can't give a name. That's true. That energetic is more, it's so you can't even when they're say you can't say what is happening because it's impossible to give it a name. And normally you have about it's just life. That's kind of that seems like a neutral way of giving it a name. And energetic is also trying to, it's a more neutral way to say it's underneath the words. There can be a sense of something or energy that's underneath the words, and that can be sensed some way, somewhere, and you can't even pick it up. You can't say, "Oh, this is it," or something. But somewhere there can be like, "Oh, yeah, that's," and 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 that's it. It's very subtle, and you can't do anything with it, but there can be a recognition of that. And that's it. Nothing more than that. It's not that you feel it or things like that. That's too strong. It's more a sense somewhere, ah, and then it's already dead. So it's not connecting with something or work with it. That's something else. That's what people can do in energy work or thinking, doing things like that. But this is more subtle, like underneath the words, there's something else going on. And it's very difficult to give it a name because already when it's given a name, there's an image and it becomes something, and it isn't something. Well, but there's somewhere a recognition. And in the same thing, you think, how is it possible? I don't know, but somewhere it happens like that. Yeah. Or a sense like, this is it. This is what I'm looking for. I don't know. I don't understand. I can't see it, but somewhere, yeah, something like that. Something can be like that. You can't do anything with it. That's the awful thing of this message, because we want to do something. We want to understand. We don't take it home and do something or try it or things like that. And that's not in this message. But the other side, you don't need to work it out. You don't need to understand. You don't need to work with it or connect with it, because what's going on, the walking, the feeling, the thinking, the table, the way the house is looking, the face, is it. It's just that. It's not right or wrong or not, but it's just that face. It's just a describing of what's going on. And there's nothing going on like this is better than that. No, it's just what it is. That's the simplicity. And the beauty of it is that when there's nothing trying to change it, then that's the freedom. There's the freedom. It has nothing to do with feeling free or some way. It's a certain feeling. No, it's the freedom is that it's everything. It's everything. Nothing is excluded. Oh, there's another one. There can be hate. There can be hate. Feeling of hate. Yeah, there can. What we do normally do with all feelings is that there's a story with that, and then it makes it complicated and something and trying to deal with it. There can be feelings, any feeling. It's everything. Unconditional love is everything because it's unconditional. That's unconditional love. So it doesn't mean it's nice. Has nothing to do with nice or sweet or anything. It's unconditional. Like nature. It's just unconditional. It's everything. It doesn't matter what happens because it's everything. When it's happening, there's only sitting behind a television and maybe eating sweets or chocolates. Then that's what's happening. So, and then there's something else, or walking, or the floor. Eh, Life isn't about us. We think it's about us. No, life is everything. So there is bodies and floors and coffee and there's no center. There's no center.
Hi, Rose.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I just, it's a little story. So in Germany, we have a very complex bureaucratical and law system, and it might also be for the Netherlands and all, let's say, Western European countries. And there is since some years a new law which is called, like directly translated, it's like investment taxes reform declaration. So, and after hearing you again saying, oh, there is no one, it's not about you, then there is like this, oh, come on, this is like, it can't be also this like taxes which you as the civilian don't even understand. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's so complicated, and it's so yeah. And then it's such a story. But that can be anything, and they're still paying taxes and filling in forms, or putting the numbers over there, and then it's amazing. It's just that.
And here it is like, sometimes it is a bit like you have to go from A, you need something and you go to station A, and they tell you have to go to station D, F, and DF tells you to go, and it's like tick, and at the end you turn out that you were at 8 right in the first position.
Yeah. Well, that's circumstances, and circumstances seem so real. Sometimes with some things, like about financial or relations or things like that, then circumstances suddenly become really important and real, and I have to go there, and then there's a lot of things going on. Circumstances are not real. It's just energy like that, and then it's empty. But it seems so solid and real, and you have to deal. And if you don't do it, then da da da. I don't know. Something like that. And the strange thing is, then that when the person or the body is just doing things or not. I don't know. You don't know if you're doing the right thing or not, or maybe you have to get a fine, or you never know. But that's going by itself. Circumstances are just energy. It's going by itself, and we think we have to do it. No, there's no one. There's no one doing that. It's just circumstances. It's energy in all different ways. And we think, oh, I'm here and I'm going now. I have an appointment, so I'm going there. It's very serious and very
totally. It is serious. And it feels as
and
if
it's going
I
by
have to deal
itself.
with it.
It's going by itself, or not going, or I don't know what will happen. And then and we think, or if I don't do that, then everything is going wrong, and I will have this, or fears coming, or I don't have control, or things like that. That's so strong, but that's the suffering, that you think you have to do it. And life is very easy. That's strange to say, because it seems so complicated with all laws and things to do and earning money and anything. It's going by itself. But we have such a story about what's needed and what we have to do and why and that whole story, in that it seems like there we're living. And underneath that, there's just walking, and then, but I'm gonna do it. And there was just walking to that building, and then, or saying something, and then, but that whole structure above or with that we live in, that we seem like that's the most important of everything. It's very complicated and important. There's no power at all. It's just nothing. But it's amazing how strong that looks or seems, about laws or I don't know what. It's going nowhere. It's going nowhere. But don't say that to people because it's not like that. It's like, no, it's important that I do this because no, and then the whole story starts. And it's just walking. It's just walking to a place and sitting, and it's very childish. It's very childish, and that's most of the time people don't want to see that because it's we live in that complication and trying to solve or trying to do the right thing, or it's very childish. It's very like a little child cannot think abstract, and it's like that. And when there's an adult like me, there's an abstract. I know that when there's a door, there can be something behind or things like that, of course. But it's the simplicity is so stunning. It's so simple, and it's going by itself. So the most easy thing there is, life. Where there's something not right yet, and I have to do this or I have to do that. Because that's so deeply embodied. There's something to do or something not right, or so I have to. But when then that's there, then the story goes on. Ah, there's another one. Sometimes I blame myself for all the self-help groups and therapies I did in the past. It made things worse, I see now. I don't know if it's worse. It's just what happened. But when it couldn't go differently. It's like that. There were some beliefs and things going on. It's like what's happening. It's just that. It's not wrong. Nothing is wrong. Then you look at people and say, oh, you're still in that self-help group. Oh, no, I did it, but no, I don't believe that anymore. Oh, what an arrogance. No, of course not. It's just then that's happening. Why not? Anything can happen. You don't know why or how. It's just that's what's happening. There's nothing better than anything else. No. No one to blame, of course, because there's already no one, but it's also when that was happening, then that was the only thing there was, so you couldn't do anything else. It's a misunderstanding. There can be like that, but it's not wrong. You don't need to say that to people. No, that's very arrogant. Like, oh no, I don't believe that anymore. No, it's not like that. It's not even, of course it's not like, because this is not about understanding or about knowing. It's everything. It's everything. That's the freedom. So anything what happens is it. It doesn't matter what it is. Self-help groups, walking, then that's what's happening. It's not right or wrong. It can be painful or whatever, but yeah. With the self-help groups, there are people who have never been to any personal development, and almost as soon as they hear the message, everything drops. Yeah, it can happen. But it doesn't mean it's wrong to do that. That's more. Nothing is wrong. When then that's happening, there can be therapy or, I don't know. It's what's happening. It's energy. It's like, oh, then that's going on. It's going nowhere. There's no help or so. Well, so then that's what's going on. And maybe there's a belief. Yeah, then there's a belief. Yeah, can be. It's not wrong. It's a belief. It's just a belief. This is not about discussions about this is better than that, or this is higher, or no. It's just describing. And nothing is real. Nothing is real. It's an appearance. So there's energy going in a certain way, and it seems like persons doing something with other people. Yeah. Oh, what I'm saying is that maybe if it hadn't been done, everything would be done now. No, I don't know. No, that's the story. When this we can abstract thing. Maybe when I did this, maybe that was happening there. No. This was what's happening, or this was a memory of one things that happened, and that's it. You can think about, oh, what if I did something else? And that's what me does. So that the whole story, thinking about I should have done something else, and what will be then the outcome, or things like that. I don't know. It's that what's happening, and that's it. And the strange thing is, there's nothing happening. We are very into stories and real happenings and the past and our lives and what we did and that. There's just this. And it's an appearance. So it's an apparently real. So nothing is happening. And it seems like a computer, but that's it. There's no before, there's no after. It's just this. That's it. No story. No me. Just a computer. That's it. Apparently.
Hello, Rose, it's Christiane.
Hello.
So I have a strong belief about pollution. And I like about plastic in the ocean. So I bought some plastic bag. I about it. I didn't buy plastic bag since 7 years. Now I buy some, and I believe I have some. I believe that it's a wrong action because of the fish in the water who digest the plastic and everything. So it's not real. Pollution is not real. It's apparent pollution. Pollution is an apparent. So plastic in the ocean is apparent.
There's no world. There's no world.
It's worse
than. We are so convinced there's a world outside, and there's countries and oceans and everything.
Yes.
that's the story, and it's very convincing. And on the news you see it, so it's convincing. Yeah, when you see it there, I did make a film, so really it's there. It's so convincing, but this is everything. It's crazy because we're so normal that there are stories, there's oceans and countries with war or something else.
Yes.
It's information.
Yeah.
It's knowing. And then this is everything. And we are so able, that's the brain can abstract everything. So it seems like it's a whole thing going on with everything, and it's filling in the gaps and the story, and it's always about there's something wrong and we have to fix it.
Yeah.
All the stories about the world, about countries, about there's something going. So that's that you could that's that life that's appearing like, oh, there's something where we have to fix it, and we this is the way and this is the way, and that can be in countries or in pollution or in your personal life, what seems to happen. But it's always the same story about there's something wrong or not right yet, and how we can deal with it, and this is the best way. I know now the best way, and it's always the same. So it's about that, but it's then about pollution. Then it's going in that story, or in like, oh, did I do the right thing today? Or it's the same. It's that's the energy. Seems like that, and it's seen like that also. And it's just this. It seems too simple. Like, oh, you don't bother with anything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Thank
Mm,
you.
yeah. Ah, sorry, but I can't follow it. There's no world. If tomorrow you eat a fish, the fish comes from somewhere. Maybe a stupid question. No, that's what we normally do. We think about what does eating a fish and where does it come from. Yeah, I don't know. It's eating fish. That's it. Yeah, there's not so much thinking about where it's come from. There can be thinking like that. Well, we are so convinced there's an outside world, and that everything is outside. There's something going on, and there are countries, and and all that information, and then it's an appearance. Because when they're thinking about the world, then everything seems real and solid and there, like the bodies and yourself or your life or your work or anything. And then there's this message saying, no, it's an appearance. Nothing is real. It's energy. It's light, and it seems like circumstances and bodies, and there's that abstract thinking, making stories, or you could say like, oh, I did it because of that, and how can I try to deal with that? So we try to do something with it. It's making a whole abstract world. And when that whole me, that whole construct is falling away, it's just can fall away. There's no awareness. There's no noticing anymore. Then there's just what's happening and nothing more. Nothing comes up like trying to change it. And it's very small, very this house, and maybe reading information about something, and that's it. And there's nothing going on about this is right or this is wrong, and it's huge. It's so normal that there's somewhere feeling there's something not right. We or I have to fix it or have to make it right, or this is something not there's nothing wrong. It's what it is. It doesn't mean it isn't painful. It can be really painful or angry or a smell. I don't know. It's not saying, oh, some people are into this non-dualism, and then saying when there's something very painful, they say, yeah, but the pain is also what is. Oh, that's not the message. That's completely not this message. It's complete. Then there's making something else of what's going on. When there's pain, there's nothing going on like saying to yourself like, oh, this is what's happening, or it's okay, or things like that. No, there's pain. Nothing, that's nothing else going on, like pain, full on. And the strange thing is, it's full on, and at the same time, it's empty. You can't even, how do you say, you can't make an image of that. It's full on pain or irritation or anything, smell, whatever. And there's no escape. And the escape, me is the escape. The escaper, I don't know if you say that, but it's an escape because me is trying to there's a feeling, and then it's trying to oh, what is this, and going on, and there's a whole story about that, and then there's that feeling, but it's the whole story. There's everything is going on in that story. When that story is lost, the pain is full on. There's no escape. Don't need to. It's not awful. Nothing is awful. That's what we think, because there's always a fight. When there's pain, let's say pain, and then there's a fight, I don't want this, something like that. Oh, how can I stop it? Or what can I deal with? Or the fight is the suffering, but it can be very strong. It's not wrong, but it can be very strong trying to change it. It's not wrong, but that's the drive. That's that me whole construct trying to make it right. When that whole construct is lost, then the pain is there, but there's also nothing going on like it's right or wrong or something else. So it's full on, and then it's different. It's still pain, really, but at the same time it's different. Yeah. Yeah. And there's also nothing going on. I rather would feel this or that. No. There's nothing going on about that. When this is happening or that or feeling or there's nothing going on. I rather have something else. No, it's just that. That's the freedom. It's everything. It's everything. So it's everything. It's that's the, in a way, life is so touching and it's everything. So it can be a table or a dog or pain or crying. And it's that. I can't say how it is, but it's so, wow, it's everything. And it's not only here, but it's also everywhere. So there's also nothing going on about somebody else or what not somebody else, because it's not seeing somebody else. But when there's something going on, like a story about a health group or there's nothing going on like, oh, yeah, but it's just, then that's it. Then the story is it. Of course. You can't say how it is. Mm. Yeah, come on. Unmute yourself. Hiya.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, Rose. It's
Hello.
first
Yeah.
time I meet you. I see you. I
Okay.
hear you.
Hello.
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 My name is Volker, and Haya is
Mhm.
my partner.
Oh, okay.
What I want to ask you about, you told about pain, and maybe I like to have a little commentary about what you say, because I
Yeah.
agree what you say, and I think that pain is pain, and suffering is in the commentary on it.
Yeah.
Are you agreeing that?
Yeah.
And that's also with questions like death, questions like health, getting older. And what I see is I observe that. There is first an observation. It's before the stories, before the stories. And but and I see that happening, questions like that, because and I see that there is sometimes a fear. Oh, okay, then there is a fear, and then I see, look at the fear. I don't try to explain it for me. Okay, it's fear. Where do I feel the fear? In my body somewhere, and I be there and try to take care of it. That's all. And my question is more personal to you. How do you deal with this kind of questions for yourself?
Yeah. There's no dealing with anything. There's
Yeah. I need
but
words.
it's lost. It's lost. It's not that I think, oh, I don't do that anymore. But when there's fear coming, of fear, a feeling of fear, there's nothing going on. It's not coming up like, oh, where is it? Or I take care of it or something like that. That doesn't come up. And there's fear, and it's not mine, but it's not in the you can talk afterwards about it and how it was done or how it was going, but in that moment there's nothing going on like awareness or noticing, or I think that's not there. So there's also no questions or no what you say, like taking care or things like that. That's not coming up. So there's fear, and then it's a while is that's there, and then suddenly it's not there anymore, or there's something else. It wasn't even forgotten that it was there, and then it was busy with making coffee, and then it's gone already, or maybe it's not even noticed even then. So yeah, it's going by itself. So there's nothing. The whole awareness thing, it's the noticing and the being busy with that is lost. I can't do that anymore. It's not that I think, oh, that's better or something. It's just I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But in observing is, I don't think, a doer. It is completely effortless.
Yeah, but it's
you
part
observe.
the observing, or the awareness, or the observer, or looking is part of that me construct. Me, it's me.
Part of that. Sorry.
The me thinking like I am a person and this is my life.
Maybe I think you're right when you're in the conclusion.
Yeah.
But I think when I feel something, it's physical. You can feel it physical sometimes.
Yeah, but that's, we assume it's in our body. That's it's so strong, but it's such a strong belief with experience, and we experience it, so it's so true. It seems so true. When that's whole it's just, I don't know where it is. That's more. It's just it's somewhere. When you close your eyes, you don't even know where the borders are. So you don't know where the pain is. You don't know. Or if a sound is even maybe more like, oh, where is the sound? You don't even know. But also with feelings, you don't know. And we assume it's in the body because we are so sure everything is happening in the body, like thoughts and feelings, and it's mine. No, I can't see it because I don't see anyone, and also it's empty. So it's the body isn't real. It's there, and in the same time it's an appearance. So it's so, yeah, and that's not in the when this happened. I don't know, a long time ago. In the beginning, it was not that clear, but it's like it's not that it's clear. It's, how do we say that? It's more, yeah, you could say it's more lived like that. So it's not, it's so difficult to say how that works, because then in the first, when something is clear, then it's very superficial, and then after a while it's more like it's lived like that, and it's just obvious, and then nothing is, yeah, it's not a belief anymore. It's just like that, or something like that. Yeah. So it's not in, I can't see it in the body. No, it's, I don't know.
Well, if you get
somewhere.
If you get a strong emotion because you're crossing the street and you did not notice a bicycle or a car, you have this. You feel your heart beating and breath. You know, that's normal, natural, but you observe it. It is something in the body. And when
that's the conclusion afterwards. But there's and that's it.
It's a conclusion, but I think it
but
is a dream.
A conclusion is that it's my heart.
Yes, because you feel it.
No, it's not because I feel it that I know that it's my heart. This is talking very straight. So when there's there's the abstract thinking is still there, so I can say, yeah, that's my heart, of course, and I go to the doctor, oh, my heart was doing that. But in the same time, in these meetings, it's very literally talking, like, oh, this is just that, dung, 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 and that's it. Because then saying that this is my heart is already a story, and making something else of it. That's how this is very, very, really literally. It's so quickly a story, because you think it's my body, and inside my body is my heart and my organs, and no, it's empty. It's only what's seen. That's it. There's no back, there's nothing inside, that's what we assume. Whoa, that goes very far because we are so sure that's something inside, or this is what's in the body. And this saying, I don't know. This is just what is seen. It's very childlike, like a child. It's a little child. It's like very literally. There's only this front. There's no 3 dimensions or so. No, there's only this front. That's it. What is seen, smell, or sensed. That's the simplicity.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you. This is really, really, literally like a child. It's childlikeness, and it's very at really small children, like children who are not able to abstract everything already, like the brain is like 2-year-olds or maybe even younger. And they can't look, they can't see there's something behind. When there's somebody hiding behind things, he's not there. And that's it. And this is really like that. It's like, this is everything. There's nothing going on outside. There's no outside. There's no inside. There's what is. There's seeing this blue thing. That's it. I don't need to say it to people, or they're still talking when there's talking with friends. There's still everything is going on and just talking like, oh, my heart or my mother, or just the normal way of talking. It doesn't, that comes up like that. Doesn't mean you're all the time talking like that with everybody. It's in these meetings, then it's really straight. It's only this. And that the freedom is there's only this and nothing more than that. And there's nothing going on like I'm doing that or somebody is doing that. Life is going by itself. And there's no need for there's no need to work it out. There's no need to do. And if there's doing, then there seems to be doing. So it's going nowhere. Life is going nowhere. It is. That's it. Very simple. Very simple and unconditional. It's unconditional love. So that's the beauty. It's unconditional. So it's everything. It's everything. There's nothing excluded. So the way you look, the way the walking is going, the way the thoughts are happening or feelings are going, self-help groups or walking on the street, not looking, it's everything. And it doesn't mean it's not painful. It can be pain or anything. There's no escape. There's no escape. It's full on. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, great. Oh, tears of joy. Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you, Rose.
Oh, thank you. Ooh.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Rose.
Thank you.
So great
Thank you.
today.
Oh, thank you.
I think you need to name your YouTube posting when you post this, Rose on Fire.
Oh, Rose on Fire.
Rose on Fire. I mean, seriously, exceptional today. So great. Thank you.
Thank you. Rose on Fire. I like that.
Rose on Fire. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.